No! Not at all, Netflix.
I'm Ashley Bell.
I'm Gabby Slocum.
We watched this movie called Alpha House.
Boo. Boo. 100% boo.
And we don't have a lot of time today.
So we're going to do a 4-minute review. The timer is going to be set starting now. Let's go.
Alright, so this movie was terrible for a lot of reasons, but mostly because half of the time you're watching it, all you see are naked women.
Yes, which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing if it wasn't so objectifying for the women to be naked. There's no real point for them to be naked, it's just meant as a shock kind of factor and to turn on guys, which is clearly who this movie is aimed at.
Well, I can see that this is more from the guy's point of view, and it's a hyper-reality type of film where nothing is supposed to be exactly the way it would go in real life. They make that very clear at the beginning. It's still in a way that's so unrealistic, it takes me out of the movie time and time again.
Yes, and the entire point of the movie is to join this fraternity and sorority together, technically. And that doesn't really happen because there's a huge gender clash. And while the sorority claims to be these great feminists, really they are debasing feminism entirely by using the brand of feminism that people seem to think feminism is today by overusing their sexuality and just trying to hate men, which is not what feminism is about.
Basically, this movie is the reason why guys everywhere hate feminists and are afraid of them because they think they're trying to take away their rights, rather than the fact that we're trying to build them up just as much as we're trying to build us up. Maybe us up a little bit more because we have a lot farther to go, but whatever. It's all about equality and being on the same page, and also this movie really didn't do anything with people of color, where that's just going for a long shot in a movie like this.
To piggyback on the feminism that men are afraid of, this movie also encourages rape culture. It has these girls bring these guys to their room and have sex with them and then accuse them of rape later. And there are so many men that are afraid of being falsely accused of rape when that almost never happens. That is not something that you should have a fear of. You are more likely to be attacked by a shark. There are statistics somewhere online that prove that. I have looked at them. They exist. So stop perpetuating that myth.
Also, women are naked for literally no reason, and our main villain of this would be the dean, who seems like actually a pretty decent feminist at first, but it's really just a guy's because he has his own agenda to get at this other school. And it's really kind of stupid because it's using feminism as an antagonistic thing when it shouldn't be.
Yeah, the dean is really just using the women to build himself up, to show that he's a women's rights activist so that he can get a job at an all-girls school. However, another huge problem with this movie that affects the dean as well as one other character slightly in the movie is its demonization of fetishism. It is okay to like things. The things you like can be considered weird by the modern public. That is okay as long as it is safe and consensual. But this movie does not agree with that clearly, and they make fun of the dean for his fetishes, and they talk down to a girl who dresses in an all-leather fetishized outfit.
Basically, this movie has a hard time of understanding why guys can also be sexualized. I would be okay if it were an equal spectrum of sexualization, but it only focuses on the girls, even when there's an equal strip party going on. It's like, hey, we're gonna strip, but JK, just look at boobs. Because that is what you're trying to sell. You're trying to sell women's bodies. They literally put them on a platter for you at one point in the movie.
Yes, they eat sushi off the girls at one point. The girls that present themselves naked on a table with sushi on them. To piggyback on the party thing a little bit, that started off so well and we were so impressed because guys were stripping, girls were stripping, it was all very equal. But the second a girl took her bra off, that was all you saw. We only saw women's breasts after that
30
point.
seconds. Alright, so not a lot of time left, but basically the ending of the movie goes something like...
So they decide to get back at the dean and join the fraternity and the sorority together. To get back at the dean, they film him having sex with this girl in this whole fetishized scene and show it at his presentation to try to get at this other school. 10 seconds, go.
There were no characters I liked or cared about. Everybody acted like a villain almost. Nobody gave respect to anybody else. It was all about harassment, and I think this movie gets 5 O's.
Boom! All right, I also give it 5 O's. Sorry, there's still 1 second left and I stopped it, so honestly, we're fine. But that is basically this movie in a nutshell for you guys. I'm sorry that the review is so short. Do not watch it. It's terrible.
It's not even like good porn.
Yeah, no, it's really not.
Terrible, terrible, terrible movie.
Yeah, so 5 O's for Alpha House. Would not rush, ever.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, one more time.
Netflix,
no!
Avoid this movie at all costs. Tell us what to not watch next. See you next week.
Bye.